What's up, YouTube? It's Maverick back with another video, and today we're breaking down my top 5 best video games that dropped in 2024. The only criteria is that the game had to come out in this year of our Lord 2024, and I've had to have played that game. Boom. Simple enough. Let's get right into it. No fluff, no filler. Let's start off with number 5. So, number 5 is going to be Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero. So if you grew up playing Tenkaichi games, then you already know how important this game is. Sparking Zero feels like a dream come true. It's a modern version of the Tenkaichi series with updated controls, and it fires on all cylinders. The animation is gorgeous and the graphics are solid. It's packed with fan service. They even included characters that are from the Dragon Ball Super series. The roster size alone is worth picking up this game. But the gameplay, that's where it really shines. There's nothing quite like hopping online with your friends and getting a game of King of the Hill going. It's probably some of the most fun I've had playing video games this year. So if you're a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, this game is a must play. They just did it right. They just did it. It's peak. It's really raw. All right, number 4, we got Black Myth Wukong. This game feels like a fever dream. When I first saw the trailers, I thought, nah, this is just a tech demo. I didn't believe that this was actually going to become a full game when I saw it online and on YouTube and stuff when the clips started circulating. But the fact that this game exists is incredible. And not only does it exist, it's a good game too. Black Myth Wukong is polished, is beautifully executed, and it's a Souls-like action-adventure game. The environments are jaw-dropping in detail, and the combat is unique and satisfying. And the story is a faithful adaptation of Journey to the West, the story of Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. I'm not gonna lie, this game can be pretty frustrating if you're not really used to Souls-like games. It's gonna take a lot of patience to get used to the controls, but once you do, you'll get a feel for it, and it becomes very satisfying. And they give you a lot of tools at your disposal too to make sure that you can defeat the enemies you have in front of you. One of my only gripes with this game was it had invisible walls and shit, which I really didn't vibe with. And the lack of a map can make things kind of frustrating. But honestly, I think that was intentional to add to the experience. But considering this comes from a relatively unknown studio, it's really impressive. Black Myth Wukong is proof that passion can rival even the biggest AAA developers. Alright, so my number 3 pick is Silent Hill 2. This was one of my most anticipated games of 2024. I'm that Silent Hill fan, you know, the one from the memes? A Silent Hill fan excited to play Silent Hill for the very first time. Yeah, that's me. Before this remake, I only heard about Silent Hill 2 through video essays and videos on YouTube. But when the game finally dropped, it delivered. And not only did it deliver, it over-delivered. The graphics are stunning, the combat was surprisingly good and nuanced. The enemies were straight up nightmare fuel. And those little mannequin monsters. Ugh. What really hit me though was the voice acting. It was really good. I like the way they kind of had a different take on everything. And they really captured an unsettling atmosphere. The entire experience left me emotionally drained though. This isn't a game that I can just go back to right away. I can't really just play this game casually. It just took too much from me emotionally, honestly. But Silent Hill 2 isn't just one of the best horror games I've ever played. This is honestly one of the best horror experiences I've had, period, in any medium. So I think that's saying a lot. All right, my number 2 pick is gonna be Dragon's Dogma 2. Capcom's been going crazy. They've been cooking lately. And let me tell you, they've been snapping, bro. They mastered the art of remakes and reimaginings and sequels. Dragon's Dogma 2 is no exception. I've clocked in well over 300 hours in this masterpiece. And for good reason too. This game checks all of my boxes for a fun open world RPG game. There's an overwhelming variety of classes you could choose from. So if you ever get bored with one fighting style, boom, you could just switch to another one and try out something else. And let me tell you, Mystic Spearhand is goated. That class alone is worth picking up this game. I also really like playing as a thief, and sorcerer can be a lot of fun too. It's just a lot of variety. And I also got a shout out to the character creator, man, because the attention to detail is insane. They nail African features, which is kind of rare. You don't really see that in video games. And this game just gives a lot of players it gives you a lot of freedom to create unique pawns and unique characters. I've seen Kratos walking around, I've seen Jack Black, I've seen all type of creative, fun characters that people made in the game. Now, I'm gonna admit, the story is pretty weak. It is pretty ass, low-key. And the enemy variety left a lot to be desired. But honestly, that doesn't stop this from being one of my favorite games of all time. It was hard for me to decide between this one and my number one pick. But my number one pick is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And what can I say about this game that hasn't already been gushed about online 1,000 times? But this game is basically indulgence manifest. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet of incredible gameplay, fun mechanics, gripping story, jaw-dropping visuals, all wrapped up in a beautiful spiky hair anime package. And everything you thought that they might not do in this remake, they just went ahead and did it. They just did it. They don't really care. They just went balls to the walls with this game. Put the dog on a chocobo? Fuck it. Put them on it. Mini games? 600 of them. Why not? Just put any mini game you can think of in there. 3D character models that are called back to the PS1 era? Throw it in there. Put it all in there. This game perfectly balances the emotional moments and the outright ridiculous moments too. It's really the best of both worlds tonally. And that tonal contrast keeps things interesting and fresh. And the combat system is one of the best I've ever experienced. It mixes real-time action with strategy, which scratches my ADHD brain perfectly. And if you focus on just the action, then you're missing out on a whole nother layer of depth in the combat. Not only that, the materia system is endlessly customizable, and there's so many different playable characters that it ensures there's something for everybody. Playing this game has given me an unquenchable thirst for epic story-driven JRPGs. I've already started playing Final Fantasy 9, 10, and 13 because of Rebirth. This game left me wanting more, and that's how good it is. I became a Final Fantasy fan out of nowhere. So there you have it. There are my top 5 games of 2024. What do you think? Did your favorite game make the list? Drop your picks down below in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so you can get more content like this. This is Maverick signing off. Until next time, keep gaming. Peace.